Story about Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev. 1 year, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, he was one of the pupils, one of the foremost pupils of the Baal Shem Tov, a Maggid of Mezrich. The Baal Shem Tov founded Chassidut, and his main pupil was the Maggid of Mezrich, Reb Dov Ber of Mezrich. And Reb Dov Ber of Mezrich, he had, according to some opinions, 60 pupils. And it says that the prize pupil that he had was the first Rebbe of Chabad. He was also the youngest. And a good friend of the first Rebbe of Chabad was Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev. These were holy people that they knew every word of the Torah with Kabbalah and everything. So Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, he made a Seder, a Passover Seder. And he had his pupils sitting there. Let's say there were 30 pupils and they were all sitting and they made the Seder pit. It was according to all the principles of Kabbalah and all the deepest ideas, and there was tremendous arousal by the pupils, and they were happy and they were dancing. When this Passover Seder ended, it was like 2:00 in the morning. There came out a voice from heaven, and it announced, Reb Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, your Seder night has been accepted in heaven. God is pleased with what you did. He looked at the pupils and saw that nobody else heard it. It was a loud, huge, loud voice. He realized that this loud voice was just for him. So he said to the pupils, you ever heard anything? You hear anything? No, they didn't. He said, but there's more to the message. The voice came out again and said, but someone did a better Seder Passover than you. In the town of Berdichev, Shmerel the sandler, the shoemaker. That's it. So he says to the pupils, did you hear anything? They said, no, we didn't hear anything. He said, have you ever heard of a person who lives in Berdichev called Shmerel the shoemaker? The sandler? Nah, you don't know who he is. So Rav Levi Yitzchak Berdichev, they made the after blessings and everything. And he went out in the street looking, maybe somebody knows this Shmerel the sandler. He wants to find someone who did a better Seder night than him, so we could learn from him, could see what he did. He just wants to please God. That's all he's interested in. So, of course, 2 a.m, there's nobody there. Maybe a couple people, a couple of drunks or something like that. He's wandering around until finally, about 4 a.m, he sees one of the elder Chassidim going to the mikveh really early in the morning, and he stops and says, "Excuse me, oh, Kavod Harav, good Yom Tov. Can I help you?" He said, "Yeah. Do you know anybody called Shmerel the shoemaker?" So the old says, "Shmerel, there's a couple shoemakers here, sandlers, shoemakers in Berdichev. One is called Moshe, and one is called Avram, but there's no Shmerel." So you sure? So Shmerel the sandler. It rings in my mind. Just 1 second. Oh, I know it is. You're talking about Shmerel the drunkard. He used to be. There was like a 1 week, maybe about 40 years ago, that he was a shoemaker, but he did a terrible job. He put the nails in the wrong places. Everybody was, and now he collects money. He lives in a shipping crate with his wife near the docks. They said, okay, so he goes over to the docks, knocks on finds the big shipping crate, 2 shipping crates, knocks on the door. Well, 1 minute. Opens the door. An old lady is standing there. Oh, the rabbi. Just 1 moment, please. She goes and she sort of fixes herself up, opens the door. Says, you probably came to take my husband to curse him. You curse him, my husband. I'm good. You're clay. Just 1 second. I'll wake him up. He said, no, ma'am, I did not come for that. Just 1 second. He hears somebody filling up a bucket full of water. And then she rushes by him, by the door, says, just 1 second, come, Rabbi. And she hears somebody throwing the bucket of water on someone else. Her husband starts screaming, I'm drowning. The ship is saying, and she's screaming at him, wake up, Shmerel, you good for nothing drunk. The rabbi is here to curse you. And the Rabbi Levi says, that's not the reason that I'm here. He's trying to talk to them. And Shmuel comes to the door. She's leading him, taking him by the ear. And he falls. He says, the rabbi, he falls down. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. So meanwhile, Reb Levi Yitzchak says, what's going on over here? This person was supposed to be, he made a better Passover night Seder than I did. What's happening? Who's this person? So he said, listen, Shmuel, I did not come to curse you. I didn't come to curse you. I came I want to talk to you. Do me a favor, go put on some dry clothes and let's just sit down. And I'm promising you, I'm not cursing you. I'm not. Okay, so he comes in and he says, Shmuel, tell me, I just want to know one thing. What did you do last night? You made us Passover Seder? Yes. What did you do last night? And I said, please go to Rob. Please don't make fun of me. I started crying. I said, stop crying already. Stop crying. Just tell me, what did you do last night? Explain to me what you did. I'm not going to curse you. I said, okay. So Shmuel says like this. He says, listen, Rabbi, I want to tell you something. He said, I'm a very simple person. I don't really even know how to read Hebrew. I don't know really. He said, when I was born, before I was born, my father passed away. And my mother died in childbirth. And I was brought up by uncles and aunts. And they realized I wasn't so talented or smart. So I didn't really succeed so much in school. So they moved me from one house to another in the family. And until I got older, they tried to find me a job. For a while, I tried to be a sandler for about a week. It was a tragedy. It was awful. I put the nails in the upside down, everything. And then they found me my beautiful wife. I got married. So how do I make money? I beg. I beg and I make okay, you know. So this is my house. This is where I live. Said yesterday, in fact, it was just in the morning. Yesterday, so I'm sitting in the street and I'm begging, and someone comes by me, and I say, "Tell me, tell me what?" Oh, he said, "I see people running in the street. They're running in the street, and this person has a big bag, and this person has a big box, and this person has a chicken, and this person has." So I asked one of my donors, "Can you tell me why is everybody running around?" And he said, "Shmuel, tonight is going to be Passover. You know what Passover is?" I said, Passover. Yeah, that's you sound you blow the shofar. No, I don't remember. I said, so listen, there's something I want to tell you that I didn't tell you before. It's true, I'm not good at working. There's only two things I know how to do is collect money. But one thing I'm really good at, and that is getting drunk. That I really succeed. I get a bottle of vodka and I drink it and it works 100%. No problem. I'm drunk. And that's how, I collect money. I give, 4/5 to my wife, maybe 9/10 to my wife. And then one little, I buy a bottle of vodka and a cookie or something. And that's what I do. So this man says to me, Shmuel, tonight is going to be Passover. And Passover is an 8-day holiday. Outside of Israel, it's 8 days. And 8 days, you're not going to be able to drink any vodka. It's chametz. So, whoa, 8 days. This is a real. So, but there are 4 cups of wine you drink tonight. Drink 4 cups of wine. I said, listen, this is a very, very serious holiday. 8 days, I can't drink any vodka. I said, listen, Shmuel, do me a favor. The man took some money. He said, take this money. Go to the butcher. Go to the butcher and go to the fish store and go buy matzah and go buy wine and take this, send it home to your wife so that she'll be able to, and make them Passover night. So that's what I did. I took the money, I bought meat, I bought wine, I bought this, I went home to my wife, I had warm water, I had some money left over, and I kept them ringing in my mind, 8 days without any vodka. I bought a big bottle, and I drank the whole bottle of vodka. And I came home, and I was totally drunk. Passover night. And I went to sleep. And my wife, all of a sudden, my wife wakes me up. It was tonight, just a few hours ago. You see how she wakes me up with a bucket of water? And she says, Shmuel, wake up and make the Seder night. Wake up. All the other husbands, Jewish husbands, are making the Seder night for their wives and their family, and you just lie here like a dead cow. Make the Seder night. And so I said, okay. So I put on my clothes and I go in the room and I sit down in the chair and I open up my eyes and I see, oh, everything is clean. Everything is bright. There's candles. Everything is white. My wife is sitting there like a queen. She looks so beautiful. And I'm sitting there. I have the Haggadah. She says, a big smile, Shmerel, say the Passover night. Say the Haggadah. So I look at the Haggadah. I can't really figure out which way is up, which way is down. And I'm drunk, totally drunk. And she says, say this Passover night. So I remembered, 4 cups of wine and 3 matzahs. So I said, okay, I'll do it. And I took a cup of wine and I looked up at God and I said, God, listen, I don't know you, but you know me. I'm a simple person. I don't even know how to read. I don't really understand anything. But one thing I do know is that thousands of years ago, you took the Jews out of Egypt. And I'm sure that you're going to send Mashiach and you're going to take us out of all the problems that we've got now. And I drank the 4 cups and I ate the matzah and I went back to sleep. Rav Levi Yitzchak Berditchev said, now I understand why your Passover night was better than mine. I did everything according to Kabbalah and according to these levels of spirituality and meanings of the words and different. And finally, in the end, is get the Mashiach. But you got the Mashiach right in the beginning. Your whole entire Seder, Passover Seder, was devoted only to Mashiach. And that's why yours was better than mine. Have a good day with Mashiach now, and God willing, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.